90% Mental is brought to you by WARCAT Strength, San Jose's first high-energy strength gym, and by Ike's Lovin' Sandwiches, championship-level sandwiches every single time.
Welcome to 90% Mental. I'm your host, Grant Parr, and thank you for joining us today at WARCAT Strength Gym in San Jose. Today we got an awesome lineup. We're going to be talking to 5-star and 4-star recruits from the Bay Area, and I can't wait to show you what we got. We got Jacob Bandez, senior, 6'2", 275-pound defensive lineman. He's a 4-star recruit, national recruit, rated number 3 in the country. Pretty impressive.
Thank you.
So, before we get into your mindset and the season and the recruiting, right? How'd you get into football and how'd you end up at Pittsburg High?
When I was little, I'd say about 7 or 8 years old, I was always a wired kid with a lot of energy. So my mom and dad, they thought it would be a good idea if I went to play youth football. And I was just always good at it, like I always take the energy out, right?
Great.
And how I got into Pittsburg High School was I was going into my 8th grade year, and I always played for my hometown city youth football team, but then they got shut down, and I went over to the next city, over Pittsburgh youth football program, and I just felt like a passion click with the rest of my teammates that I had with them.
Awesome.
And then we all decided to go to Pittsburgh High School.
Beautiful. Awesome. Now, you're going into your senior year. Obviously, you're ranked in the top 3 in the country. What does that feel like to be one of the best defensive linemen in the country? And how are you dealing with all of the recruiting hype and all the activities?
Well, I see a lot of people focus more on their college instead of the main focus is their senior year, because you can't go to college unless you do good in your senior year, or they will pull your scholarship. So I wanna focus more on my senior year and then what about college. So that's why I put a top 8 and then I just put it aside and then focus on my senior year, because a lot of people they kind of like fail or they worry more about college, and yeah, that's what they do.
Got it.
I don't want to do that. So.
Perfect. Well, you've got over 16 D1 scholarships. You've tailored it down to 8. Why down to 8?
So I'm an early grad and I only have like 3-4 months left. So I want to maybe decide throughout this season. I'm not sure when, but when I feel it's right, I will commit and then let all these schools know. Thank them very much for their time, and good luck throughout the season. And then I will early and then go into January.
Got it. What are you looking for in a university, and what's the hardest part about this recruiting process?
So I look for more about family-based, like who's going to be my brothers for the next 4 or 5 years.
Awesome.
And who's going to be that kind of who are going to be my mentors for the next 4 or 5 years? Who's going to lead me throughout the right paths? And what I don't really care about much is playing time, championship contenders. I don't really care about any of that. I do look for first thing is academics. I would like to. I have 3 majors I would like to select or go about is sports communications, broadcasting, sports broadcasting, kinesiology, sports medicine, or business.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Now let's talk about the Nike opening. You crushed it. You were beast mode at this opening, and you turned a lot of heads, right? And you were also named MVP, defensive lineman. What ignited you to tear it up there?
The focus and the drive that I have put in the work, and the mindset of the work that I put in, so that I can go in there focused and ready and enjoy myself as well, because that's kind of when I went down there in Frisco, Texas, it was more relaxing and putting in the work as well. Like we had film, we had practice, we had a Jordan Breakfast Club that like we worked out like It was more of like mobility, agility work. So
Got it.
So yeah, it was a little bit of both, of work and having fun at the same time, because those are the two most important things in football, is work and having fun.
Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. So last year you guys were runner-up in the state championship. What's the goal for this year?
Continuing and driving, because we did not have that in the state game. We kind of gave up the second half. We thought it was ours, and we cannot have that this year.
Now there's a lot of hype. You guys are stacked.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole team. Now there's some hype about that this is the year where Pitt is going to defeat De La Salle and break that NorCal winning streak.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that?
It could be done, and we will work our tails off, and we will put in the work in the weight room and the film and on the field as well, so that we just need to focus on them.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, would it be, sir, would it be great would be if you do beat them? Years ago, before actually De La Salle went on that winning streak, the team that beat them last was Pitt.
Yeah.
And I was there and I saw that game. So
1991.
Yeah, exactly.
28 years now.
For sure. So when you look back last year, right, your junior season, and you're going into your senior season, what'd you learn about yourself the most?
That juniors aren't really, I would say, the leaders of the team, but a lot of seniors don't really look up to juniors. A lot of sophomores, juniors who get pulled up to varsity, they look at the seniors. Seniors are the big brothers. They are the leaders. They are the people that change. They're the specific class that changed the game of varsity football. And a lot of seniors, they need to rise up to that level, that mentality, that mindset, that leadership, that they need to help the juniors and sophomores. So when the seniors leave, the juniors and sophomores will have that mindset, and they will do the same thing for the class, then on and on and on. So that's what seniors need to do. For me, when I was a sophomore, my leader was Tariq Wright. He helped me be a better person, a better player, and he helped me drive with that mindset.
Got it. Now you talk about mindset. When you put your hand in the ground and you're lining up, what's going through your mind?
That's a great question. What I see on the ground is where my opponent, the guard or center, whatever. I think all defensive linemen have this, but like the guard is a really easy opponent to look after. Like when they lean, then when their hands, like when they lean forward, that's when I know it's a drive or a zone block. But when they bring their hands back, it's either gonna be a pull, a stretch, or a pass block. So that's what I see when I put my hand down, is looking and seeing your opponent, what they're doing. So being smart.
Being smart.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now you're a member of Jesse Sapolo's Men in the Trench Super Linemen.
Yes.
How has Jesse been a part of your development?
Helped me a lot, and to be honest, that's what made me more of a balanced defensive tackle. Because I have a big body, I can hold my ground, but there's other D tackles. There's D tackles that try to work to be a balanced D tackle, like Aaron Donald. He's a great pass rusher, and he can hold it. He can hold his own when it's a double team.
Got it.
And the Jesse Sapolo helped me better not to focus more of the double team, but there is passing to the game as well. So with the rip, the shed, the push pull, that helped me a lot with my game, and that's one of the reasons why I won the Nike Challenge, because of that, because Jesse.
Beautiful. So you're talking about your attributes, right? What are your strengths as a defensive lineman?
What I like to see, what I see as myself is smart, my hands, the motor, and my strength, where I can hold my ground for double teams. Because I'm not gonna give myself props, but I can hold my ground when during double teams.
Got it. Going into games, how do you mentally prepare? Do you get nervous? Do you get excited?
I get excited,
Yeah.
and I listen to music, and I do a lot of working out, like before a game in the weight room. I don't do squats, obviously, but I do bench to warm up my arms so I can get ready for the push-pull, the double team, the punch when I get hit to the guard. And yeah, I wouldn't say I'm alone. I have my brothers to help me out, like when they work out. So they're not how I say scared, but I let them. I help them out so they're not scared in the game.
Got it. Perfect. Who's your favorite player?
JJ Watt.
JJ Watt.
JJ Watt.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good. If you were to describe your play in one word, what would it be?
Smart. Because defense tackles, they need to know, they need to watch film, they need to know their opponent, what are the weaknesses. Like I can see when they're passing, when they're drive blocking. So okay. I see a lot of that.
Got it. So you're playing Clayton Valley here, your first game. Walk me through your preparation. How are you feeling about this first game?
We need to prepare ourselves a lot with film and on the field because we need to be disciplined. And they will try to mess up our game as with the running and all the different pulls of the offense. I'm defense, so I'm talking about more of their offense game.
For sure.
So they like to mess up our mindset. They like to mess up and switch us and fake us out. So we need to focus and really be aware of what's happening in the situation of their game. So we need to be more focused about that. So film comes into play. Our strength and our conditioning. Yeah. So yeah, okay. That's what it is.
Perfect. Now I can only imagine through your last 4 years, or 3.5 years, you've had a lot of support. Is there anybody that you want to thank or anybody that you want to give a shout out to?
My parents, my little bro, Aiden Bandez. I like to thank the whole Pittsburgh coaching staff, my teammates, my brothers, mostly the Pittsburgh high school varsity line, O-line and D-line, my uncle and my coach, my mentor, my second father, Coach Isamu, Coach Galley, and my brother and my friend that I look up to, Dejon Benson. Dejon, if you're seeing this, Cloud Scout. And yeah.
Awesome. Great. Well, before we go, we got a little gift for you.
Awesome.
We got GetSportsFocus, number 55.
Oh.
There you go.
That's awesome.
There's your shirt. And then we also got you a gift certificate here. $15 to Ike's. All right, man.
Awesome. Thank you.
Good luck. All right, man.